From the time when a referee had everyone suspecting some next level match fixing, to the two versions of the hand of God, here are the top 20 worst referee mistakes in football. Starting off with number 20 on the list, it's Messi's disallowed equaliser against Valencia. Long before goal line technology was introduced in La Liga, near the halfway mark of his clash, Messi took a shot from a distance, which slipped right through the goalie's legs and crossed the goal line. But I guess the ref must have been napping, because he didn't give Messi the credit he deserved. And as for the goalkeeper, Neto tried to play it cool by batting the ball away, which was clearly a goal. What brilliant refereeing. But it's nothing compared to number 19. The ghost goal drama between Watford and Reading. Now picture this. Two teams are battling it out in Watford's penalty area, with the defenders doing their best to clear the ball. And that's when Stuart Atwell, the infamous referee, suddenly points to the centre circle for no reason and awarded Reading with a phantom goal. Now, the funny thing is that it was so far off the mark that even the Reading players were confused. But hold on tight, because at number 18, we have a time-travelling referee. In the clash between Mali and Tunisia at African Cup of Nations in 2021, the ref blew the whistle not one, but twice for the end of the match. You heard that right. He called the full-time whistle at the 85th minute, which obviously made the players angry, forcing him to restart the match. But wait, upon the 89th minute, he called for full-time again. As it turned out, the ref blamed it on a case of heat stroke and dehydration. Talk about losing focus, huh? Which reminds me of number 17, when the referee missed Roy Carroll's blunder. During a game between Spurs and Manchester United, Tottenham's Pedro Mendes took a long-range shot which looked like he summoned a goal out of thin air, only for United's keeper Roy Carroll to fumble the ball big time. It's a total blooper reel, but the ref added his own blooper to the mix, when he somehow missed the ball rolling past the line. I mean, isn't that hard to miss? But I guess it's way more easier to miss when you're Messi, because at number 16 it's Lionel Messi's hand of God. It's fair to say that Messi and Maradona have shared quite the career paths, and well, this one incident is no different. Back in 2017, Barcelona were a goal down against Espanyol in the 43rd minute, and in swooped Messi, not scoring with his feet, but with his hand. And despite the players protesting the handball, the ref let it slide. Now moving on to number 15, when the referee was seeing double in a match between Arsenal and Chelsea. Imagine this chaotic scene. Arsenal's already trailing 2-0 to Chelsea, when Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain tries to save the day by stopping a shot with his hand, which obviously leads to a penalty. But that's not the crazy part. You see, to book the foul, match official Andre Mariner flashes a red card to Kieran Gibbs instead of the real culprit, Chamberlain. And well, that's how Arsene Wenger's 1000th game in charge quickly turned into a 6-0 storm of defeat. But as for the next mistake on the list, at number 14, we have Sterling slipping to earn a penalty in the Champions League. In a wild ride against Shakhtar Donetsk, Raheem Sterling, the speed demon, received the ball from Fernandinho, and whoops, he kicked the ground losing his balance and went down like his usual self. And for this mishap, the ref pointed to the spot and gave City a penalty. But hey, at least the referee was active on the pitch. Unlike number 13, when the ref gave up and called an early half-time. Meet Wolf-Dieter Ahlenfelder, a ref who was apparently living in his own time zone. In a Bundesliga match between Werder Bremen and Hannover in 1975, he decided to blow the whistle for half-time after just 32 minutes of action, and what was just a classic case of beer and schnapps before the game. The ref even shamelessly justified this by saying, "We are men, we don't drink Fanta." Crazy, huh? But definitely not crazier than number 12, and it's the blunder of 1982, Battiston vs Schumacher. The stage was set for France vs Germany in the World Cup, where France was dreaming of victory. But here's where things took a dark turn. In a challenge against the German goalie, Harald Schumacher pulled off a full contact tackle, knocking France's Patrick Battiston on the ground unconscious. He ended up losing teeth and cracking his ribs. But guess what? The ref didn't even book the goalie, let alone a red card, and carried on like nothing happened. Now, speaking of that, at number 11 we have a referee joining the scoreboard. It's September 1986, and Turkish champions Besiktas are facing Ankara Gücü. The game's tied at 0-0, but then, out of nowhere, Match official Ahmet Ake decides to block a shot with his face, and as a result, the ball ends up in the net. But the crazy part is that he lets it stand, giving Ankara Gücü an unexpected victory. Now, before we move on to the top 10 entries, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more insane content like this. Moving on, at number 10 is Bayer Leverkusen's sneaky header by Stefan Kiesling. Picture this, a corner comes curling in, Kiesling leaps like a lion and boom. The net ripples from the inside, the ref's like, goal, and everyone's cheering. But hold up. Upon a cheeky replay, the ball didn't just find the net, it snuck through a hole in the side netting. Talk about football drama. Which reminds me of number 9, Lampard's 2010 World Cup drama. England's facing off against rivals Germany in the World Cup quarter-final. Frank Lampard hits one from outside the box. The ball hits the crossbar, bounces down into the goal, clearly over the line. But you see, the linesman wasn't feeling the goal vibes. He waved it off, claiming the ball didn't cross the line, whilst the replay showed the ball inside the net. Now that's some brutal bad luck. Which brings me to number 8 on this list, when the Ligue 1 referee just needed to relax a bit. In a clash between Nantes and PSG, Nantes defender Diego Carlos accidentally bumped into the referee and tripped him up. But instead of laughing it off, the referee kicked him back, and even worse, sent him off with his second yellow of the game. Damn, someone needs to chill. But clearly not Sheffield United, as their disallowed goal is at number 7. In the 2019 to 2020 season, Sheffield was soaring high against Villa, when Oliver Norwood took a free kick, causing the Villa keeper to fumble and boom, the ball taking a stroll over the goal line. But just like the fans that day, the goal line technology didn't attend to the match, and the goal was never awarded to the team. COVID Premier League, you are one wild ride. Now hold on to your seats folks, because at number 6, Dundee United's Paddy Connolly's got a vanishing hat-trick up his sleeve. Connolly was eyeing up a hat-trick against Partick Thistle when he fired the ball to shake the net. But the ball decided to hit the frame at the back of the goal, rebound onto the pitch, and landed in the arms of a Thistle defender. Now the referee, Les Mottram, carries on and skipped the awarding goal. But that's not all, as he didn't even give a penalty for handball either. Now that's heartbreaking. But not as much as number 5 on the list. And that's Henry breaking Irish hearts. Ireland were battling France in the 2010 World Cup playoff. As tensions were rising, the scores were level at 1-1, and then TT pulls off his version of the Hand of God to set up William Gallas for the match winner, and as a result, France travelled to South Africa for the World Cup while Ireland were left at home. And this reminds me of number 4, Chelsea's Champions League roller coaster. Now this wasn't just one mistake, and Norwegian ref Tom Henning of Rabo has some serious explaining to do. Fast forward to 2009, Chelsea's Champions League beef with Barcelona. And the drama? 4 separate penalty appeals from Chelsea, all denied by Ovrebo. Let's take a look at all 4 now.
And he was really caught by surprise then. Good play by Malouda, who goes down.
Yeah, he's impeded him, he's given a free kick to Chelsea.
Chelsea fans were paying for.
My first reaction is a penalty.
Anelka, is that handball against PK? The referee says no.
The big guy would say, does he move?
Lampard takes the corner and Czech was up there and got ahead to it. Balak has a real appeal. The referee says no. Confronts him out to appeal in his direction. Just as he's not interested the rest of the night. Any penalty appeal in his direction. The referee not interested.
Talk about a ref on a mission, or as Drogba likes to call it, a disgrace. As for number 3 on this list, we have the 3 yellow cards spectacle. Now this is a crazy one. Back when Croatia played Australia in the 2006 German World Cup's group stage, Josip Simonic received his second yellow card when the referee Graham Paul mistook him for an Australian player. But later in the match, the Croatian defender was sent off after being shown a 3rd yellow card. Well, it's safe to say that Mr. Paul got the earliest flight home and a one-way ticket to no more international games. Which reminds me of number 2 on the list, and it's South Korea's controversial ride versus Italy in the 2002 World Cup. It's safe to say that match official Byron Moreno did wonders for South Korea when he conveniently awarded the home team a penalty and got Italy's potential golden goal disallowed, simply because he had some interesting ideas about offside. And while the Italians were practically begging for penalties, the ref just played it cool and moved on. But that's not all. Even Totti wasn't left out when he got sent off for diving, boosting South Korea's journey in their backyard. Now that's a home advantage. And last but not least, at number 1, we have the one and only Maradona's Hand of God. So let's rewind to England versus Argentina in the '86 World Cup, where Maradona's about to pull off a move that'll go down in history. You see, while receiving a cross mid-air, Maradona successfully scored with his hand instead of his head, while the referee just let it slide. And to make it worse, he went on to score another legit stunner, which proved to be one of the greatest goals of all time. And while the referee blamed it on his eyesight, Maradona didn't even hesitate or show any remorse when he named it the Hand of God, just to win the World Cup and become a legend. And there you have it, folks. Top 20 worst referee mistakes in football. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.